What is up, guys? Keycards, welcome back to another episode of King of the Old Republic. Hi. So that's what they want the Selkath youth for. Intruders, should we sound the alarm, Shasa? This is the test the Sith have prepared for us. What are you doing here? Only masters and apprentices are allowed in here. His parents, the young Selkath. I am Avron Tish. Shayless has been investigating the disappearance of young Selkath. I told you your father would get suspicious, Shasa. He always hated the Sith. Your father doesn't understand. He's blinded by his own prejudice. The Sith are teaching us mastery of the Force. Our alliance with the Sith will bring strength to Manon and the Selkath people. The Sith are evil. They told you it was a lie. Public propaganda. The Sith are the victims of lies and half-truths. They're not monsters, no more so than the Republic. The Sith has promised to guide us in the use of the Force. As a sign of their good faith, and once the Republic is defeated, the Sith have promised to withdraw from Manon and respect our independence. If the Republic is defeated, the Sith will enslave your planet. Spare us your lies. The Sith have treated us with nothing but respect and honor. You speak as if we are prisoners here, but we can leave whenever we wish. Our friend Gallus chose to leave, and he was returned safely to his home in Otto City. Shasa, what if they speak the truth? Remember what happened at Terrace? Terrace is nothing but a Republic lie. If the Sith are such monsters, then prove it to us. Surely there must be some evidence of the horrors they commit. The Sith are evil, Shasa. They only want Manon's Kolto. So you say, but why should we believe you? We need physical proof, not the words of some Republic sympathizer. Give me some time and I will find proof the Sith are evil. Shasa, I think we should give them a chance to prove themselves. We will not report your presence to our Sith Masters yet. If you bring us proof of Sith lies and torture, we will return to our families and report this to Otto City authorities. Until then, we shall stay here and continue our training in the ways of the Force. Right.
And you need?
Sure.
Are you kidding me?
Not this again!
Yes?
I feel like it shouldn't be that hard to get proof of that shit. Tell Shasa the Sith. Selkath's holding some sort of token.
Yes?
Yeah, that tracks. Oh, wouldn't you know it, right next fucking door. There's evidence to back up your accusations. Have you found proof the Sith are evil as you claim? found a young Selkath dying from torture here. He gave me this. Shasa, this is the pin I gave Gallus when we were children. There was blood on it. You could have found this anywhere. For all we know, you killed Gallus. Sith tortured him to death, Shasa. You know it's true. I don't know if we should believe them, Shasa. Pen is not enough. I'm just going to convince the Sith of the monsters you claim. You must find more definite evidence if we are to believe you. Okay, that's it. You fucking with me? Come with me. You can see it.
What?
Dumb of ass.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
How did you get in here? Wait. I recognize you. Lord Malak was most displeased when he learned you had escaped Taris alive. He has promised a great reward to whoever destroys you.
Well, let me guess. You intend to collect this reward, right?
Master, give us the honor of aiding you in destroying this enemy of the Sith.
See? What did I tell you?
As you wish, my eager apprentices. We shall remove this thorn from Malak's side once and for all.
You shouldn't have did that.
What is it?
Yes?
What is it?
Yes?
We did it! Yay!
Got something on. Well, technically I was only a Padawan. Not that that makes a difference to most, but as for the Order itself, no, I never left it. It left me.
What do you mean by
You know what I hate? Well, lots of things really, but I'm old and easily annoyed, but that's besides the point. What I really hate are how most people view the Jedi. Everyone thinks that the Jedi are perfect, that they can do no wrong. They think the Jedi Council is completely incapable of injustice.
You? Perfect? That's a laugh. I certainly don't think that.
I guess you aren't as stupid as you sometimes act. No doubt you've been on the receiving end of Jedi justice at least once, eh? And I'm not even talking about how some of us fall to the dark side. No, that's plenty indication of our fallibility, but it's something else entirely. No, I'm talking about how more than often not, your average robe-wearing Jedi can try to do the right thing and still be completely wrong.
Nobody can be right about everything.
That's true, but it's not what I meant. I guess I'm not being clear, am I? Come to think of it, I don't have to be clear. Someone my age is entitled to ramble, damn it. But for your sake, I'll try to explain. I'll tell you a little tale about a Jedi master I once knew. Hortath, I think. Or was it Hortoth? I could never get it straight.
Go on, I'll
Where
listen.
was I then? Oh yes, Master Hortath. He was a kindly old Jedi who meant well, but the most nearsighted thing in the Corps, I swear. He would walk into walls, knock over tables, mistake apprentices for rancor beasts, that sort of thing. And he was too proud to submit to proper treatment. Some used to counsel him in the urge to use the Force, Master Hortath. Allow the Force to see for you. But he refused to believe that his eyes were failing. He simply squinted more and more as the years went on. The other Jedi resignedly passing it off as the amusing quirk of a compassionate old man.
Go on.
So, one day a young Padawan meets Master Hortath in the courtyard and, not knowing of his blindness, asks him for directions to the council. Quite sure of himself, Hortath gave the lad directions, which happened to lead back outside and away from the Enclave. The Padawan is confused, naturally, and he asks if Master Hortath is sure, and of course Master Hortath says that he is. The Padawan suggests that perhaps he should ask someone else, but the proud Hortath now feels insulted. He tells the Padawan to take the route he prescribed and no other. Rather dejectedly, the Padawan did as he was told, and so ended up leaving the Jedi Order forever. It was decided that the boy's fate was to leave the Order anyway, though whether that was out of respect for Hortath or because the boy went on to something else, well, we'll never know.
So what does the Padawan leaving the Jedi have to do with the Jedi leaving you?
Not much. I never knew the Padawan nor met Master Hortath himself. He was before my time.
I don't understand.
The tale is about blindness, and I thought the point was clear. At any rate, you think about it. You're the one who asked why the Jedi left me, remember? Now let's get going. My feet are itching for a good run.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
Just wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Happened after your father died.
After my father died, my mother was left to support me alone. A single non-human woman, living in one of the worst, most violent slums on Taris. It was not easy for her.
What happened?
When my father was killed, it seemed that something in her began to die as well. She worked. She worked as hard as she was able. But over time, she began to waste away. I later learned that she was unable to get enough money to feed both of us, and had to start borrowing from the exchange, a band of cutthroats and smugglers. But even that was not enough. She hid what she was doing from me. She gave most of her food to me so that I would be strong, but she herself was suffering deeply from it. In the end, she could go on no longer, and collapsed at the cantina where she worked one day.
What did you do for her?
She never recovered. There was nothing really that I could do for her. She left me no money, and no doctor would see her without being paid first. I sat by her bed for days as she lay there dying. I never want that to happen to someone I care about ever again. But there was still the money she had borrowed. She had never paid it back and made no provisions for her death. You must understand. The exchange is brutal. They care nothing for the life of a sentient being. They are the major suppliers of slaves on Taris.
You were enslaved?
They thought it would be appropriate that, with my mother owing them money, the debt should be passed on to me. And with no way to pay, they took me by force. You have no idea what it is like to be bound like a beast and treated as such. It was the worst time of my life. They treated me like livestock. They were waiting for a buyer to give them some credits for me when the Jedi came to fight the Mandalorians.
How could the Jedi stand for that?
The Jedi could not abide by what they saw there, and drove the exchange from the face of the world, freeing those of us imprisoned there. But the Jedi soon left to fight their war, and I was left with a dream.
What was the dream?
I swore that I would become a Jedi. As soon as I had enough money to do it, I bought passage on a freighter headed for Dantooine, and we both know what has happened since then.
You turned away from the dark
I
side.
am grateful to you for having given me the opportunity to fulfill my dream, rather than become what I hated. Someday, I may make it up to you. But for now, let us keep on the task at hand.
Good lord. Datapad proves the Sith are lying to you. So this is the Master's own datapad. Look, they're speaking the truth. I cannot believe it. Yet the evidence is right before me. The Sith wanted to use us to betray Manan. I must apologize for doubting you. The Sith are truly as evil as you have claimed. You must report this to the Otto City authorities. Yes, you must report this at once. Thank you, human, for showing us the truth. You've saved us from a terrible mistake.
Just be careful with those gifts you've already learned. Beware the dark side, or you may end up betraying your world regardless.
Quickly, my friends, we can stay here no longer. We must flee this foul embassy and warn our people against the plot to corrupt the Manan youth. Hooray! I did it! Yay! Yeah, I think it's about time to leave. You there, human, you were placed under the arrest of the Otto City Civil Authority. Why? Though the Sith Embassy here is considered sovereign territory of the Sith Embassy, we have been monitoring an alarming number of weapon discharges and detonations within the base. Inquiries to the staff of the embassy yielded no response. It seemed that contact had been cut. Cameras recorded you entering the base shortly before contact was lost and fighting apparently began. It is the conclusion of the Otto City Civil Authority that you are responsible for the disturbance here. You are hereby placed under arrest. You come with us to await your trial. Material witnesses, the individuals who accompany you will be detained at your vessel, and the vessel itself prohibited from leaving Manan. We will leave. Now. Do not attempt to resist, we shall resort to overwhelming force. I like overwhelming force. Oh, come on. Human, I am called Wallace. I have been selected as your arbiter for the duration of your trial. What have I been charged with? Charged with initiating violence within the Sith Embassy, murdering members of the Ambassadorial Commission of the Sith Empire, and disregarding our own laws regarding violence in Otto City. What can I do? How will you get me free? First, I'd like to ask you a few questions regarding the events that led up to your arrest. I've already been given all relevant data on you and your companions, so that can be disregarded. For what reason did you enter the Sith Embassy? I had authorization to enter. Indeed, I find that unlikely, Offholder. Perhaps the judges will be more sympathetic to your view. What is your prior association with the Sith? I am on a mission to stop them taking over the galaxy. Sith are an expansionistic power, true, and at war with the Republic. You may make your personal mission to foil them, but the authorities take a dim view of it taking place here. A more thorough explanation in order to convince the judges. That should be all the information required of you for now. You should begin the trial when you are ready. Don't you need to ask more questions? You should proceed now, the judges are waiting. Proof the Sith are evil. Indeed, and what is that? Datapad proving they are kidnapping young Selkath. is most disturbing. We should take this evidence presented before the court right away. The off-worlders in Manan may bring you some leniency from them. Being a successful soup writer brings you no credit here, human. You stand accused of the grievous murder of many Sith and extensive property damage to their embassy here. How do you plead? I don't plead, I tell. Don't tolerate insolence. You will obey the rules of our court, or you will be summarily found guilty. Not guilty. It's commenced. Presiding are judges Shelkar. Oops, didn't mean to click off that. Josa, Nalashikan, Kota, and Dula. The trial is to determine the culpability and punishment of this individual in the recent assault on the Sith embassy. Given the severity of this trial, we can dispense with the normal formalities of the court and proceed directly. Pleaded not guilty, yet there are reports of weapons fire and detonations within the Sith embassy. Entering and leaving the embassy. The Sith have not conferred with the authorities with this matter, but from all available evidence, it would seem that you were the source of the disturbance. What is your explanation for being in the Sith embassy? Investigating the disappearances of young Selkath. You believe that the Sith have had something to do with those disappearances? Softworld has probably been listening to Shayless and his rumor mongering. Most likely. Do you have any proof to back up your assumption, human? The Sith have been implicated? Datapad has proof the Sith are up to no good. The court has taken this new evidence into consideration. This is most disturbing. The court will adjourn for a brief period to verify this evidence and discuss its importance. Verify this indeed Sith Datapad, indicating their complicity in a plot to overthrow the lawful government of Manan. Gratitude for having discovered this heinous offense. All charges against you during this incident will be dropped. Pending a suitable penalty against the Sith, their embassy is considered off-limits to all Auto City security personnel. No calls or incidents from their base will be attended to until this matter is dealt with, as they are no longer subject to the protections of Selkath law. You have been found innocent and may leave as you desire. This trial is now over. I did it! Yay!
I hear you've been appointed as...
Jolie, coming to check in on an old man? Go ahead, Ash.
Clear up.
How would they know? Guess you could, but anything. Go. A Rhodian. Okay, the Ebb. Go ahead. Once.
Jesus. Somebody have an affair, but that he's been going there to end the affair. Ignis. Selkath. Good lord. There's a lot of bullshit on this planet.
Mind? I'm in the middle of a Republic recruiting drive.
Why are you hiring
In
mercenaries?
case you hadn't noticed, there's a war.
Yep, thought so.
Hey man, clear out.
Oh, it's you again. I probably should cut back on the drinking, but I don't really want to talk about that.
Are you some kind of historian or something? You should forget about the past. It isn't. But come on, see.
Fatalness and Selkath use. Information for you, Shayless. Sith hired an Erodian mercenary to lure the Selkath youth to the Sith base. It's useful for a start, but does little to explain the truth of this matter. You must know the purpose of these youth. Prisoners of the Sith, are they even still alive? I must know more. Human, I must know what has happened to my daughter. Sith are training Selkath youth in the ways of the Dark Jedi. Yes, this makes sense. Just a wonder I didn't see this before. Manan's greatest strength is our neutrality. Malik brainwashes our youth and indoctrinates some of the ways of the Sith. He'll have a strong following among the Selkath people, strong enough to seize control of Manan and our Kolto. My daughter, Shasa, she too has been indoctrinated into the Sith camp. I've convinced your daughter to turn her back on the Sith ways. Human, if you speak the truth, I am forever in your debt. Yet my joy is tempered by the knowledge that the Sith still walk freely about Manan. Hopefully the testimony of my daughter will be enough proof of their actions to make Otto City authorities take action. I hope so. You have done much for me, human. Here are the credits I promised you. I only wish I had more to give. Thank you, Shayless.
This is how we Jedi should always act. With honor.
Please excuse me now, human. I must go speak to the Manan authorities about the Sith plot and what they have done to my beloved daughter. I also have to go and hopefully find some proof. Alright. See here.
You're the one defending Sunmi now. There were only 2 other people in the hotel when it happened. One, Norm, the other don't know anything. Elasa used to rent rooms. It doesn't take a genius. The Sith, he can't. Yeah. No.
I'm not gonna do that.
What do you want?
You again. Didn't I tell you? You. Yeah.
Human act in Luperwanga Konvis, Tung Abashun ni Chunchi.
I don't know.
Have you managed to retrieve the data from our droid in this? Excellent. It does not appear to have been tampered with, so the Sith did not manage to copy its contents yet. And now for your information. We are not supposed to speak of this, but since you are a Jedi and we have exhausted all the other options, I think I can entrust you with this. As you know, the Republic is fighting for its very existence against the evil of the Sith Empire. As you also undoubtedly know, we're doing very poorly. We need much in the way of supplies and material to stem the tide of battle and bring us victory. Manan is the sole source of Kolto, the most powerful medical substance in the galaxy. Frankly, we need as much of it as we can get. The Selkath conservatives, with their neutrality treaties, seek to treat the Sith and the Republic equally. This includes Kolto exports. But a few more far-sighted Selkath see that if the Sith are ever allowed to win, the galaxy will be plunged into darkness, and there would be nothing to stop them from taking Manan anyway. So we made a deal. We recently began construction of a secret underground facility to harvest Kolto directly at its source. We also hope to one day be able to synthesize it effectively. Current techniques are insufficient for the task, so we must mine it for now. The amount we take would hardly be noticed. since most is lost naturally before it reaches the surface anyway. We were nearing completion of the base when the digging teams reported some sort of obstruction. An ancient building or artifact, possibly your star map. Transmissions from the base were cut off abruptly after that, and we haven't heard from the station since. As you may have noticed, we're hiring a lot of mercenaries around here. Ostensibly, they're to be shipped off-world to aid in our fight against the Sith, but they're really for another purpose. When we lost contact with the station in the Rackard Rift, we sent our contingent of Republic soldiers down to investigate. None returned. We've tried hiring mercenaries and sending them down as well, but none of those expeditions have returned either. The reason we really sent that droid underwater, and the reason we needed its data back so badly, was to find out what happened to the Rackard Rift station. But now that we have the data back, our operation is in no danger of exposure to the Sith. And now I must live up to my end of the bargain.
What will you do for me?
I took the liberty of having a submarine prepared for your departure. Merely use this card to get past the door behind our Kolto packing room and enter the sub therein. It has been programmed to take you down to the station, and also to take you back up should you need something. I would send soldiers to assist you, but we've lost many of ours, and nearly exhausted the mercenary population of this planet. The soldiers we have are barely enough to keep this base secure. The Sith have also noted our interest, and begun to bribe mercenaries away from us. Please, find out what happened to the facility. There may be some survivors left down there. Perhaps even the head scientist, Kono Nolan. Good luck in your efforts.
Neat. I'm trying to find literally anything to help that dude with his case, and it's not going great. I think I'll go ahead and end this video here, now that we get the submarine and everything. Well, until next time, guys. Bye.